WNYU is home to hundreds of diverse clubs and student groups, but there's one club that's still pretty underground despite its rich history. And I mean literally underground. The NYU campus radio station, WNYU, sits here, in the basement of Joe Weinstein Hall. For over 70 years, the station has been entirely student-run. Every music playlist, every sports play, every newscast is produced and broadcast by us, the student station members. On March 11th, 2020, NYU closed its campus because of the pandemic. There was a scramble to figure out how the station could function. Kelly Drake, an NYU senior and WNYU program director, said the situation was high stakes.
I was shocked. I feel like none of us really had time to feel anything about the situation because we had to figure out, like, okay, we have 100 people who work at the radio station who might need to stop doing what they do, or we need to figure out a way to get them doing it remotely.
The first few attempts to install remote software onto our station computers didn't work. So Kelly and her roommate Shane Patterson, an NYU music technology grad, decided to take the station into their own hands.
And at one point we were down to 2 of the 5 computers being operational. So it was much better having one in our apartment that we could just, keep an eye on physically and fix if something went wrong.
So we made a trip to the radio station and we took all of it. We took microphones, we took audio interfaces, we took computers, monitors, keyboards. So we were running basically a full radio station in the basement of our Lower East Side apartment.
Their tiny 2-bedroom became WNYU's home for 6 months.
If I had to plug in my laptop charger, I had to take a guess as to what else I could unplug to fit it. And I was like, I'm either going to unplug the printer or the whole radio station. Running a radio station from your apartment is complicated.
1 a.m. the station goes off air. 1:05 a.m. I'm configuring and changing settings and trying to fix things because we had some stability issues for the first couple weeks.
You are listening to WNYU 89.1 FM. You are listening to WNYU 89.1 FM. Yes!
And it really took a while before I was able to get everything super stable, so we had a nice clean audio stream to the air.
Kelly and Shane's efforts allowed station members like me to continue doing what we love during one of the most difficult times in our lives. Learning how to use the remote software gave me the tools to continue broadcasting my news show, The Rundown. You're listening to WNYU 89.1 FM New York and online everywhere at WNYU.org. I'm your host, Kate Hines. This is The Rundown. NYU transfer student Misty Avenger became a reporter on The Rundown while being completely remote. She's never seen the station or even been on NYU's campus.
I feel like I have all of these images in my mind of what the station looks like, and I'm excited to see if that's true or not. You guys have tried your best to make it feel like a community.
Community has been crucial during COVID, and WNYU has tried its best to remain stable for listeners and station members to stay connected.
And we had listeners call in or email in and say thank you for being our constant, throughout the pandemic. And that made it so worth it. That's something I'm really, really proud of. Taking a step back and looking at it, it wasn't just fixing problems and making something work. It was really uplifting a community, in a really, really hard time.
It's the students who keep the station going at all costs. WNYU will always be our home, even if we have to run it from home. For NYU Tonight, I'm Kate Hines.